Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's BWAAAAH coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, on Ascension, it's going to be Stork and Soma. Looks like Royal and Light are watching this match along with you. Top side, it's going to be our Teal Protoss player. It is Stork. Love this guy. And in the bottom left, it's an Orange Zerg player. It is Soma. Love this guy as well. Going to be a great match here on Ascension. A lot of high ground. But there are no tanks in this match, so I'm not sure that matters. I guess for Lurkers and High Templar, it does matter a little bit, as well as Dragoons and maybe Hydralisks, and maybe Reavers. So, we will see if Reavers show up today. Hydralisks are a staple of this matchup, so if you don't see a Hydralisk in this matchup today, then I'm not sure what's going on with Soma. And if you don't see Zealots in this matchup, then something's wrong with Stork, right? Anyway, hope you're all having a great week here. Hope you're having a great holiday season if you're celebrating the holidays this time of year. Just a lot of good family time. Got a little bit of illness running around in the family here. A little bit of sore throat, some congestion, a little bit of feeling run down. It's not great, but it's nothing that's really knocking us on our butts either. No high fevers, no COVID, just kind of like, meh, just gross. Pretty typical winter season stuff, right? Hatch first thing it here is Soma at 11 supply. Sometimes it's 12 and sometimes it's an 11, and I'm just not sure what the difference is. Should ask RJB about that. Why is it sometimes 12 and sometimes it's 11? That just seems like it's such a tiny difference. It's just got to be preference, right? Did you just Nexus first? Holy crap, Stork Nexus firsted here. And Terror the Overlord might actually scout this. Not that there's anything Soma can do about it, right? I mean, his pool's on the way. It is what it is. You can't make the pool go faster. Oh, hang on. We gotta see this. It's like, all right, hold on. Just a second. That forge looks late. What's going on here? Nexus is halfway done at 2 minutes. Yep, that's a Nexus first play. Holy cannoli. So honestly, at this point, you third hatch. That's exactly what Soma's doing. He read the situation, he scouted it, and ka-chow. He's going to third hatch it here as soon as he has enough resources to do so. Probe says, yes, hatch first in the natural, normal. Pool gas, also normal. And Soma says, I'm just, just waiting. Got here a little bit early, but hey, better early than late is what I always say. And ba-chunk. There it goes. Third hatch down. Love it. So third hatch super duper early here, in response to the Nexus first of Stork. Can Stork ride this to an economic victory today? I don't know. It is hard to say that a decision made in the first 2 minutes and getting away with that decision can lead you to a win in a long macro game, but I don't know. Maybe it can. Maybe it can. Maybe you just get such a lead so early on, there's nothing the Zerg player can do to stop you. And you are a monster at this point. I don't know. I feel like Soma's the better player here, at least now. As far as the ELO rankings that RJB's been releasing every couple of weeks on the Brood War channel in my Discord server, which, by the way, you should join the Discord server, if just to hang out on the Brood War server, or Brood War channel, and see those ELO rankings every once in a while. Yeah, I mean, Soma's right up there. Soma's like top 5 pretty consistently in the world. And Stork's, he's around. He's just not top 5, And it's just the difference between players who were number 5 and number 10 isn't that big, really, right? You could still beat anybody from the 10 position, beat anyone who's 5, or even higher, So it doesn't really matter, I guess. But we'll see what we get. Metabolic boost on the way. Stargate coming in about 4 minutes. Building it inside the natural so the Overlord doesn't see the timing on it. Overlord is too slow and too slow to see this timing. But Probe knows what's going on. Probe sees that lair, says, lair pop now, Spire now. Gets a countdown clock in his head to when there's going to be Scourge out and says, yeah, I can make a couple Corsairs for the Scourge show up. I think I'm fine. And you're right about that. So, Overlord's running for their lives. It doesn't look like they're running for their lives because they're moving at about 0.0 miles an hour. But they are. This is them running for their very lives and livelihood. I mean, their livelihood is floating around, reporting information back to the Overmind, but so it's fine. It's a life anyway. +1 air weapons coming in. Citadel of Adune. So So nothing too crazy about the Citadel, nothing too crazy about the +1 air weapons either. We see it, I want to say, in about half of the PvZs that I cast these days, this year. By the way, happy almost 2024. Can you believe we're almost at 2024? I'm not sure that I can. I tell myself that every morning, and I'm like, you are cracked, Falcon. It's not almost 2024. That's ridiculous. We just started 2021, is what my brain says. My brain's a little bit behind. Ooh, really fast Templar here. Okay, Templar Archives. Is this going to be like DT Corsair 2 bases? This very well could be DT Corsair 2 base. All right, Corsair hunting. Found an Overlord all the way down here. It's about 41, 42 hits to kill an Overlord if you're a Corsair. You can't tickle someone to death, I don't think, but I imagine that's what this is like for this Overlord, is just getting tickled to death. This is just little tiny bits of hurt. Oh, just ran right into a Corsair there. Okay, not two. That's what matters. Soma supply block. That's not good. Lings aren't getting through here. There's Zealots holding that. There's a cannon behind it. No, it is. It's DTs. All right, man. DT shenanigans are afoot. Man, I would build a Spore. But Zerg players are usually a little bit allergic to building spores, I have noticed. Sunkens, they will make Sunkens. Sunkens seem to be within the lexicon of how to survive against both Protoss and Terran. But as far as spores go, they're so resistant. Is this going to be a spore or a Sunken? It's got to be a Sunken. I'll bet you $1 it's a Sunken. Yep, there you go. Sunken coming up. Because these Zealots are more of a threat than those Corsairs are, and then the threat of DTs are. Honestly, DTs are a lot rarer. Are there Yep, there's the DT. He's coming through. This Overlord sees him, though. So, Soma, if he was looking at the right screen, he knows what this is. And the Mutas try... Oh, there's not a Sunken here at the third base, though. Why would you need a Sunken here? This DT's like, don't mind me. Just heading up this way. Right into getting sunken, muted to death. Oh, you got a drone kill before he got wiped out. That's not a complete waste of time. And some Lings died. Maybe a drone died down here. It's 48 to 35 workers. The supply block on Soma is crucial right now. The supply block is so crucial. Man, anytime you keep a Zerg player supply block at all, especially in the first 10 minutes, it's worth its weight in gold. Zerg players really struggle when they just have to sit here not building anything for minutes on end. Well, we did go with the Muta. I mean, I didn't mention this specifically, but hey, we got Mutas against +1 Corsairs. Ready for this? Zap, 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 zap. Zap, 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 zap. Scourge, nope connections on those Scourge, and the Mutas have to get out of here. Bingo bongo. Falcon doesn't like Mutas when it comes to TV or PvZ. Yeah, that's the theme song for my sitcom, titled Falcon Doesn't Like Mutas in PvZ. Not that they never work. Okay, we've definitely cast games in the last year where, yes, Mutas were made. They did a good job avoiding the Corsairs. They actually picked off some probes. They did some work. They actually had some sick micro and killed some Corsairs themselves, which is impressive. But more often than not, it just doesn't go poorly, or doesn't go well for them, and it goes poorly for them. Right. Interesting Archon decision here, but I guess there's no Hydras out, so... There's one Archon. There we go. He's got Zealots. Bwop. Oh, a Bwop on that Muta. Oh, that would have been really nice to get a single attack off on these Mutas as your Archon, but never mind. Time to go home. The Mutas are heading north with our Scourge brethren. We must go defend the homeland. This third base is pretty open and vulnerable. Corsairs moving to intercept, and Corsairs dodging Scourge hits too. Look at that Scourge wall just being like, you don't want to come in here. You don't want to be in here. This Archon, there you go. Just like, you don't have to kill something, but like get an attack or two off. And he does. He kills a Mutalist. And then he kills more Mutalists. And then he explodes terribly. And the remaining Mutas, of which there are 4, trying to take down this Nexus by themselves, which is a big ask. But given enough time, they will. It's kind of like watching Vultures go after a Nexus. Oh, Storm is done. Ha 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 ha. Dude, this Scourge. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Target firing. Oh, I'm not sure that was target firing. Oh, my gosh. Okay, sacrificing that Corsair. You can't kill all of them. My gosh, there are so many Scourge. Oh, so many Scourge. Oh, Lings hack it away at this Nexus. Do you want to finish that? You do want to finish it. It sucks. It's very injured. It's on fire as soon as it completes, but it's up. That's big. That's a big moment here, too. 53 to 43 workers in favor of Stork. We got ourselves an observatory on the way, as you do. If you're a Protoss player worried about lurkers, and you should be worried about lurkers, because where there are Hydras, there are lurkers in this matchup. And against Terran, too. It's like that saying, where there is smoke, there is fire, which is actually not true. Because sometimes if you burn popcorn in the microwave, there's a lot of smoke, but there's no fire. So that saying is wrong. One sunken was made here at the third base, and there are some Hydras. It's enough to make these Zealots get out of here. They don't like the setup. This is a big swarm, though. Out of Soma. All right, man. Eating some Storm. Nom, 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 nom. That's right. Eating it. Cannon. No. Cannon dies so much more easily than like a Zealot does in the situation of these Hydras. Watch that cannon die. My goodness. If Zealots could die that quickly, Zergs would be happy. Zealots coming up the backside, trying to save this base, but I think it's dead. Hydras focus that thing down with +1 attack and Nexus down. Big get for Soma here at 11 minutes, knocking the Protoss down to 2 bases. Corsairs hunting Overlords, and look how fast they kill them. Oh, they're stacked even. Yeah. 2 Overlords down, and a supply block from Stork, and the Scourge gets sub-connections! Ah! 3 Corsairs remain. That was a little bit sloppy. I think he was probably trying to micro over here, but yo, you can't let those Scourges connect on you like that. That is not how we're supposed to roll. Hydra's getting free hits. Oh, Hydra. Oh, they got a Corsair. It's so hard. Oh, another Corsair goes down. All right, all right. Soma doing some good stuff here. Killed the third base of Stork. Picked off a bunch of the Corsairs with that +1 invested into them. I think there's like really 1 Corsair remaining at this stage of the game. That Stargate is quiet. Not working. Yeah, man. +1 Hydras. And the last Corsair is dead. Okay, the time of the Corsair is over. The time of the Dragoon and the Zealot and the High Templar is now. Oh, that High Templar. Run. I mean, you can't run. All you can do is hover in a direction. That's why they're slow, is because they hover. If you're not on the ground, your feet don't get traction and you can't run, you know? I have dreams like that sometimes, where I just can't get any traction on the ground and I'm running from something like a bear. So you're like slipping everywhere. Man, dreams are mean. Why are they so mean to us? What did we do to our brains? Well, maybe too much internet. I don't know. All right. Although, I don't know. This was like, there are recorded similar nightmares from like the 1800s, so that's before internet. It can't be the internet's fault. Our brain just like to troll us. That's all it is. That's it. All right, 4th base here from Soma. Stork's on 2 bases at 13 minutes. This is not ideal for the Protoss player, but Storm is the great equalizer. We've seen it work. What is attacking what here? Oh, just killing an egg. Great. Take out your frustration on these eggs that have been placed on the map without your consent, Stork. Tell them what you think of them. Still, 52 to 43 workers from Stork is not bad. He's oversaturated on both of his bases. 25 workers on both individual bases is way too much. Nope. Dragoons don't want to fight against these Hydras. They have 1-1 upgrades. The gateway units do, so there's an upgrade advantage here. Zealots have speed, and maybe you could reestablish this third. It'd be great if you could. Yeah, the Scourge, unfortunately, don't have a lot to do here. Unless you're sniping obs, which at this point, sure, you guys could be sniping obs. Of course, that would require lurkers to exist. And I don't see any lurkers. I didn't see lurker aspect come through. There it is. It's getting started now. Fine. So sniping obs can be your new calling in life. No more sniping Corsairs. Or snoping Corsairs, even. Can we go back into mutas? We went back into mutas now the Corsairs are dead. Again, what he really wants to do here is snipe these High Templar with that mutaflock, but by flock, there's not a lot of them. 5 is not a huge number. I don't know if you can one volley down a High Templar with a group of 5 mutas. Yeah, what you want is enough mutas to one volley down a High Templar. Just fly in, go whoop, dodge storms, get out of there after the Dragoons start shooting at you. You know the drill. But yeah, third base coming up. Cannons prioritized. So the mutas can't come in and mess with it. This is another base. Dude, Soma. Soma. Putting in the work right now. Killing that third base. Expanding like a boss behind it. Mutas, sure, we'll fight a single Dragoon and dodge storms in the process. Hey, look, we're up to 8. Nope, 10 mutas now. 1 volley. No, High Templar didn't die. 2 HP left. Not enough mutas for 1 volley. Also, they don't have an attack upgrade. That would probably help in this situation. Carapace upgrade is fine, though. I mean, if you're going to make this many mutas, at least get upgrades for them. That's what I always say. Oof. So this is tough. Base count is rocking for Soma at this stage of the game. 5 total bases. Hydra Lurker Muta here, sniping off individual High Templar with these mutas, except for that one and except for this guy. Hydra's trying to win over here, but the Storms is up and down way too much. This group doing a little bit better to the south. High Templar coming over to lend their assistance and wipe out those Hydras there too. So yeah, that's a lot of dead Hydra. That was a great engagement for Stork there, despite the fact he's only on 3 bases. He hasn't fully saturated his third gas, which is a problem. Yeah, that's not great. Could be better, but I don't know. Is someone going to fall into the trap of all I need to win is Hydra Lurker? Who needs Hive Tech? Who needs Defilers? Not me. I am Soma. I took 2nd place in ASL in 2020, ASL 10. Which is honestly great. But, oh man. Observers here. Lurkers need to get out. That guy escapes. That guy stays behind and pays the ultimate price for it. Okay. Well, I like the Overlord spread. Look, you can do this now because all the Corsairs are dead. Ah, that's good. That was almost a Dr. Seuss level rhyme, huh? Not quite, though. I have to workshop that a little bit. DT. Somehow, no one has noticed a DT amongst the... There it is. No way! He escapes with 2 HP! 2 hit points! Dos! Alright, Stork says, you can Hydra and kill this extractor from this position if you expand here, Soma. You know that, right? Then storm anything that approaches this ramp. This is Tier 3 High Templar with Storm against Tier 2 Hydras and like Tier 2.5 Lurkers, right? They're not Tier 3 units, they're Tier 2.5. Ooh, Ventral Sack's on the way. You know how much drops excite Falcon. Recalls, dropship stuff, shuttle stuff, dropper lord stuff. I like all of it. Protoss is best at it, but I really feel like it helps anybody increase their chances of winning. Man, this high ground position for Stork is beautiful. Look at this 4th base coming up. Oh, just kidding. Is he going to try to surround this? Or he's like, no, there's a Nexus I'd like to snipe real quick. Hold on. Blup, 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 blup. These guys distract, eat some storms. Not enough to kill the Nexus, but it is on fire. That's a good little first attempt here. Ooh, some probes transferring through that Hydra corridor. Not bad, not bad. Oh, good. High Templar snipe. All 3 Hydras died for that 1 High Templar dead, but I think that's a fair trade that most Zergs would make at any point in the game. 130 to 120 supply. I keep looking at this production tab and seeing Hydras and Lurkers. We are not even close to Plague. We are nowhere close to Dark Swarm or Adrenal. This is all Hydra Lurker all day, every day. I mean, at least with SK Terran, you get spellcasters out here. Right, imagine if SK Terran was just Marines and Medics and fire bats, and science vessels weren't even part of the play. It'd be so much worse. I kind of feel like that about this strategy. It can absolutely work, okay? We've seen Hydra Lurker work against Protoss players with Reavers and High Templar and stuff. It's just the longer the game goes on, the harder it is to make it work. And eventually, every Zerg player has to realize, okay, we're at 20-25 minutes here. I need to start adding on Hive Tech. And if they don't, bad things happen to them. Like, they lose. So, let's see. Let's see if Soma figures it out here. He's making more Lurkers, making more Hydras. And Stork's like, okay, this is fine. I've got Storm. My Dragoons trade pretty well with you with the support of Storm, right? 2 and upgrades on the Hydras, 2 upgrades on the Dragoons, and yeah. That's a great engagement. Every Hydra died. Every Hydra died. Soma's expanding again. Okay, maybe we're going to test a theory here today. Soma's like, if I have 6 bases and the Protoss has 3, can I defeat them with just Hydras and Lurkers? If they have Storm. That's the science that we're attempting here today from Soma. And, I don't know. I don't know. More DTs being added in. I'm not sure that's what you want against Hydra Lurker. And the Overlord spread makes it impossible for a DT to get over to these bases. There's no way a DT is getting to any of these bases. Look at how much orange there is on this map. I mean, that Overlord died, but there's 10 other Overlords everywhere. DTs have no path to get to the southern half of the map and start harassing at all. Yeah, I don't know that DTs are the right answer here, unless you're turning them into a Dark Archon for some Maelstrom. Never say no to Maelstrom. Dude, someone's reply blocked again. Man. All right. Well, once again, this is Tractor getting high grounded. Ooh, that Sunken got sniped. A counterattack by Soma deep into the 3rd base of Stork. High Templar. Ready for these guys to die? I'm ready for all of these Hydras to die. Ready, set. Oh, that High Templar gets... Okay, well, 2 Storms got off. Wow, that was not the greatest control by Stork there, but all right. This group always stormed his own observer. That's real bad. Nexus down. Absolutely Nexus down for the 2nd time today. Dude, Stork. Stork struggling, man. Struggling and bumbling right now. He's back down to 3 bases. He was on 4 bases for a couple minutes. It was nice. Now he's on 3 bases. These Overlords have nothing in them. I don't know what that was exactly, but okay. Maybe sending Overlords up to deal with the DTs that were kind of hanging around, but okay. It's 23 minutes, Soma. I love you. I do, more than anything, but seriously, man. Okay, not more than anything. Look, he comes over and he's like, so this is a lair. WTF, man? You know how you can get across the southern half of the map? Is with a dropship. Oh, this Nexus has been taking hits for days. Hits for days. Yeah, notice he doesn't even... Oh my gosh, this DT sneaks back in. Killing drones like an absolute boss. Hydra's trying to snipe that Nexus. Forcing a cancel on it again. Soma is just trying to economically win this game in a way that we haven't seen before. He is trying so hard to keep the Protoss to 3 bases while he's on like 6. And then just Hydra Lurker his way to victory. Is it going to be cost efficient? No. But if he's on 6 bases and the Protoss is on 3, maybe it can work anyway. I mean, Stork's up 139 to 89 supply. That is not good for our Zerg here. Losing those drones during that drop attack into the main and the natural was damaging, and this base dies. Okay, so someone gets knocked down to 5 bases. And by 5 bases, I mean the main base is mined out. The natural base is still mining with exactly 2 drones at it. Not providing a lot of income here. This base has no minerals mining at it. A lot of minerals here, a lot of minerals here. And a 7th base coming up on the right side at about the 3 o'clock position. Yeah, man. Hydra Lurker. Ooh, sniped the obs, but you know where the lurkers are, right? Of course you know where the lurkers are. The spines come out of the ground. You can see them that way. So the thing about lurkers, they're stationary, and if they're attacking something, they're constantly broadcasting their position. Makes them worse than Dark Templar in a lot of ways, right? Man, it'd be so nice to Dark Swarm this base. I don't know. I guess maybe there's enough Storm here that the Dark Swarm wouldn't matter all that much. But dude, Soma's at 25 minutes, and he's just... Nah. Nah, fam. Hydras and Lurkers are great. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to get them any great upgrades either. I'm not going to give them 2-2. 2-1 is fine. Stork's at 3-2 upgrades. He has significantly better upgrades than I do right now. I'm not going to retake this 4th for some reason. I guess I have a replacement base coming up on the right side. A little bit easier to defend that one. And Stork retook the 3rd and has a 5th coming up. This is... Nah, look, I didn't major in math in college, okay? I was a communications major, but this is not adding up to me. The numbers involved here are not working for Soma. And I think he may have passed a point of no return with this, where even if he's like, uh-oh, and he throws up a queen's nest and he starts making a hive, it's too late. He's just too far behind. He's going to be on a base more than the Protoss without any spell casting at all. Storms are coming in hot and heavy all the time. The Zealots have better upgrades than the Hydras do. Dragoons have better upgrades than the Hydras do. They can stand a little bit better. All the drones have to evac from this new 4th base. That's terrible. Look at these Zealots. Just hacking away. Not a single Zealot died during that last little engage, and now this base is in a ton of trouble. Soma is actually doing pretty well with his little Hydra hit squads he keeps sending across the map. Oh my gosh, they saved the Nexus with 147 hit points. There have been a lot of very close calls here from Stork today. But yeah, okay. 3 o'clock base for the Zerg dead. Knocking him down to 5 bases, 2 of which effectively are mining. This is not Soma's day. And it's just, I don't get it. Like, it just feels like stubbornness to me for a Zerg player to be like, yeah, I know I'm fighting against tier 3 Protoss here, but I don't need tier 3. I'm amazing. I don't need Plagues. I don't need Dark Swarm. I don't need any of that stuff. I can fight everything at full hit points. I can fight everything with the Dragoons firing on me all the time. Not a problem. Not even close to a problem. DTs, rah rah, and that's it. Yeah, Soma taps out, and Stork is your winner. Yeah, this base is gonna die. There's nothing in between these units, and by that I mean somehow it's 5 High Templar and a Dragoon. Well, there are 3 more Dragoons up here threatening this base. High Templar are pretty bad at killing buildings, it turns out, but I guess they could turn into Archons. Either way, yeah, he's going to lose this engagement. He's down 132 to 74 supply. Yep, this base is happily running from Stork. It took some hits, but, you know, if it's not dead, it's not dead. This base actually getting mined out. It's so okay. Yep, too much income. I don't know. It's just, there's no path forward here from Soma. And like I said, even if he fired up a Queen's Nest, even if he fired up a Hive and got a Defiler's Mound and worked on Adrenal, it's too late. It's just way too late for that. Every time. And I guess the reason that we see this, you know, is because it does work sometimes. But it's just there's a timer on this. You have to understand that there's a timer. You have to know that if you're approaching 20 minutes and all you have is Hydra Lurker and it's not working, you have to be able to flip a switch and change what you're doing right then. Keep making Hydra Lurker, but, you know, send a couple bucks here and there to upgrade to a Hive, get Adrenal, get a Defiler Mound, and swallow your pride. But my goodness, not today. He did, again, a great job with the Hydras. He killed this base once, got it canceled once. That's amazing. That's really impressive stuff. And he almost killed this base. That might have changed things. I think if he could have gotten this Nexus, he'd probably have stayed in the game. But he didn't. and it's providing a lot of money for Stork. So, I mean, Stork did what Protoss needs to do in this matchup, right? Zealots, Dragoons, High Templar, some Archons, I guess. I guess fewer Archons because there's no Dark Swarm, right? Yeah, absolutely. 3-2 upgrades on your gateway units. Dragoons, backbone of this army. Zealots, tanking, doing damage at the same time. High Templar storming any group of High Templar that, or any group of Hydras that stand still long enough. That's all you gotta do. Stork's like, yeah, this is a regular game to me. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. But GG, man. 280,000 points to 228,000 points in favor of Stork. Did get outproduced 2-1. Got out killed around 2-1. And resources here did outspend Stork. This is the kind of money you would expect to see turn into a win. It's 11,400 more resources spent by Soma in a 27-minute game in a PvZ. That's usually a win, but not if you don't have any of the tools mitigating the power of Tier 3 spellcasting from Protoss. I'm sorry. Not happening, man. All right, that was awesome. That was a fantastic, like really, really, really fantastic display of how to play PvZ from Stork and how, honestly, how not to play ZVP from Soma. Crazy stuff. I'll never understand it. It's just stubbornness, I guess. But yeah, that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.